Kambosos is a guy that he talk a good game. You know what I'm saying? He did it before in the first Devin Haney lead up, talked a good game and went out there. He didn't deliver. He talked him and Teofimo and they went back and forth. He delivered, and I think that when he's looking to relive that moment and make it happen. But me and Teofimo Lopez is two different styles, two different type of fighters, and he'll realize that come fight night.
Hitchins, this is Johnny Boy Boxing at Fight Hype. I had a question for you about Kambosos. He recently called you a woman. Do you like him personally or on a professional level? I mean, what do you feel about that? What are your thoughts?
I didn't see that. I see the headline though when he said I'm a woman. I don't know, but
Is it business or?
I mean, just now we was in a room and they asked him if do he dislike me. He said it was business. With me, it's always business for me. I don't take none of this personal. I don't dislike any fighter. I don't know him as a man. He's all the way over there across the pond, so there's no way I could dislike somebody that's never, I never came across or walk along the same path with. So, I said what I said about Devin Haney resume, and I kind of called him a bum. And from that, we started going back and forth, and it just so happened that he's the guy that I'm in the ring with after winning my world title. So I think that I get to shut whatever me and him got going on. We hashed that out in the ring and just show that I'm on a different type of level. You know what I'm saying? So this right here performance, it's about a lot of things. It's bigger than just the homecoming. It's bigger than George Kambosos.
Do you want to punish him or you want to go for the knockout?
I do believe I will get him. I do believe I'm gonna get him out of there. I do believe I'm gonna dominate him and impose my skill and my just my dominance on him. But my narrative is not to sell myself as this knockout artist or this guy that knocks people out. I'm one of the best pair of boxers in the sport, and we don't know how long. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm in the levels with the Terrence Crawford, Shakur Stevensons, and that type of class. The guys that's really is peers to the sport. So I feel like I'm gonna dominate him and show him that his levels to boxing. However it comes, just whether I choose to beat him up or whether I choose to give him a master class.
Do you think it'll be an easy fight or it'll be a tough fight?
I mean, at this level, you never know, especially when you're fighting me. A lot of guys say I don't have a big name, but I talk a lot, and people wake up for some reason when they fight me. Like I just told George Kambosos, when Lemos fought me, he came in damn near 2-3 pounds underweight. When he fought at another weight class, he came in damn near 8 pounds overweight. So it just showed like how these fighters are when they're in camp. George Kambosos, he's woken up for this fight. So he's been at the championship level. He fought guys that he was hungry to get the victory over. So I can't fall asleep. So yeah.
So Miss Boxing,
How you doing?
what's going on? So you beat him in June. What you trying to show the boxing world 140? Like what you want everybody to be on notice with you after him?
I don't think it's nothing about being on notice. I think that I'm gonna keep saying it again. I already showed everybody what I'm capable of as far as like the grit, the heart, what it takes. I'm not beating. I didn't get to get my hands on everybody, but Liam Parrott, this is a fight that all the media had me written off. They said I was gonna lose. The odds was against me. Everybody was saying Parrott beat the boogeyman. I beat Parrott fairly easy. I showed he was nowhere near my level. I kept saying I'm on a whole different level. People just thought I was talking. I was telling Parrott in his face, you a bum, you a bum, you a bum. When I say you a bum, it's not that he's literally a bum. He's just not on my level. So I feel like I'm going to just keep showing the boxing world that I'm better than the guys I'm saying I'm better. I'm better than Devin Haney. I'm better than Teofimo. There's a reason why I keep talking. So it's just about trying to just, like I try to tell you guys I'm coming. And it's like now you guys are finally here. I told you guys I was going to be sitting here in front of me. I told these guys I was going to be sitting here in front of me and y'all going to be interested in me. I told these guys I'm on this type of level. And the media, the ones who knew, they were saying, okay, Hitchins is good, but he still got to prove himself. But all the fights they say I got to prove myself. I'm dominating guys like Zepeda, but it's boring, 12-0. I'm beating guys like Liam Parrott. And it's still the question is, he can't beat Matias, but I beat the guy that beat Matias. Or he still got to prove more. So it's just keep doing what I'm doing.
So,
Too tight. Is there any pressure fighting at home? You feel any pressure at all?
I think that with George Kambosos, his game plan is he feel like it's pressure fighting at home and it's pressure like to please my fans. I can give a fuck about anybody. My job is to go out there and get the victory. Put on a master class. I'm not letting nobody trick me on my spot. I'm not letting no big moment trick me on my spot or whatever that me and George Kambosos trick me on my spot. However I gotta get the victory, I'm gonna get the victory.
Champ, a lot of Andres Gomez, Coleman boxing. A lot of people are comparing this fight stylistically to Kambosos with Devin. Do you feel this is a good opportunity for you to show the world, to prove to the world that you're better than Devin Haney with a performance over Kambosos?
I mean, he fought a Devin Haney that was, Devin was much younger, much not as mature in his career. I don't think that Devin really fought to a fight of that magnitude. And I feel like, both him and George Kambosos probably was different fighters at the time. George Kambosos was probably the best of his career at that time, and Devin was probably, approaching the best of Devin Haney at that time. So I think that I can't say I'm better than Devin Haney just off that performance. That's just something internal that I feel. So I think that we don't know. George Kambosos came off a big win before the Devin Haney win. He beat Lomachenko. It was talks of him not really being as focused, not being hungry in the gym. Mm-hmm. It's just a lot. So I just feel like I'm just levels above a lot of these guys. So it's just to prove that I got more in my arsenal than Devin Haney. I'm a better fighter than Devin Haney. So it's just like,
Nose Hunter, AB Boxing News. Just from seeing the loss to Lomachenko, right? And you being a complete boxer puncher that you are, did you take anything away from that fight, like seeing Lomachenko's footwork, and then will you show that you also have footwork as well? Many people see you that you counterpunch, you display different skill sets.
This is a guy that was at 135 for a minute. He fought at 135 for a while. The weight could have been different. They fought for the IBF. I know personally with the IBF, if you don't really know how to do that, it can play a part. But like I said, George Kambosos showed different wrinkles. He showed he's been down to a body shot, been down to a headshot. Never showed I've been down to a body shot, headshot. So overall, I just think I'm just more of a fighter, more gritty than him. So he's gonna have to come in there and try to show me something that I've never experienced.
Saquon Jones with the Boxing Voice. I was in the crowd last Friday when you were yelling at Tio. You yelling at Tio sort of in that environment makes me believe that you really want that fight. But are you kind of overlooking George by yelling out for Tio while he's doing his post press conference?
I don't overlook nobody, especially at this top level with this much on the line, legacy, obviously being able to take care of my family and, try to secure my future. I don't overlook nobody because any slip up could take it all away from me, and I have to start back and try to get a big fight. So I don't overlook nobody. George Kambosos is a man with nothing to lose. He's a man that's coming to, spoil a party, and he's done it before. He took away guys' big paydays before. So I'm not overlooking George Kambosos, but Teofimo is a fight that I do want. I think that for me, looking as a boxing fan, I think me and Teofimo is a fight that will make boxing lit. Like, it's two young guys, some New York champion. It's like, that's lit. Like, that's a fight. That's a fun fight. That's like what the sport needs. I think he's trying to go up to fight Boots Ennis, but it makes sense as far as name, but it's not. The realistic of it is like Boots is way bigger. He's on the way out of a weight class. Teofimo ain't really like been at 140 for too long. He's a smaller guy. Like, I think this is a fight where it's like the matchup would be even. You know what I'm saying? Both guys at 140, and it makes sense. Right.
And speaking of that, you did say earlier in the interview that you don't really care what people think, but there's only basically 3 world-class, New York fighters: you, Shushu, and Edgar. I mean, that can't be all the way true. You gotta wanna impress the New York fans. You gotta care what they think. I've interviewed you a couple of times. You know, the admiration to be in this sport is highly important for most boxers. You want to sort of correct that a little bit, or you really don't?
I don't got impressed. I pressed my city rate. I brought the championship back.
All right.
No fighter have done it in the past 10 years. Mm-hmm. That's impressive in its own. So every time in this generation of fighters coming up, every time a fighter stepped foot at Madison Square Garden, they wasn't representing the city as a world champion. That's no shade to no fighter. It's just that I'm the fighter that went out there and put in the work and earned it the hard way. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't given to me. So I stand on that loud and proud. I feel like I represented the city when I went out and fought for the title, and I stopped bringing it back. I brought it back. I brought the championship back. So I think that in its own is already impressing everybody. It's just time to celebrate now, and we party together June 14th. It's time for New York to come in the building and see what whoever wasn't watching, whoever wasn't supporting. Now I guess they'll be there supporting now. So,
Africa.
Hey, Richard.
Speaking of Edgar Berlanga, he's going back and forth with Shakur Stevenson. He's saying he's the king of New York, but I thought you were the king of New York. So who's the king of New York?
I mean, I can't. I don't want to like. We all young. I want Edgar to say that it's lit. Let's compete. We men. That's what we're supposed to do. It's a beautiful time. We come from nothing. Me and Edgar was just both staying at what projects was that? Baruch projects and Lower East Side together. I used to be playing the game on the headset with him. Like, yo, I'm about to go to Chop Chicks. He be like, yo, give me one, bro. I'm gonna meet you downstairs. So now we at a point in our career we're at the top level. And so it's fun. He the king of the city. He believe that I'm the king of my city. So this is the time we go back and forth with that. So it's dope. Like, I don't take that personal. I know he don't take that personal. It's all about, we're gonna keep saying we the king of the city till the people say it. Like, who's really the king of the city? So, you know.
And Richardson, Jay with Sportbox TV official. And on that topic, who do you think should be main event since Berlanga and Shakur are going back and forth?
It's not about who should be main event. It is what it is. You know, you can't stop what people want to do with their promotional ring magazine. I don't know, whatever they want to do. They want to make Edgar the main event. They want to make Shakur the main event. It really don't matter. I don't care about who's the main event. I'm gonna be there supporting both fighters.
Okay, and as far as back to Tio and last weekend, what did you see in his arsenal that you would be able to capitalize on?
But I see his arsenal. He's a good fighter. Tio's a special fighter. You know what I'm saying? When I look at Teofimo, you see like he's a very good fighter. Make a lot of mistakes though. Showboats a lot. You know what I'm saying? I think that he's a guy that it seems like his corner sends him out there with his talent more than with strategy and intuitiveness. You know, it's more of a like. I think they said that he looked so great versus Barboza, but I really don't think Barboza was taking a lot of punishment that fight. It wasn't like a dominant performance. I just think he was doing more in every round. You could tell he was a better fighter every round. And I watched the fight over and over and over. So, yeah.
And as far as the rest of the landscape at 140, let's say hypothetically you can't get Teofimo, between Cuello and Gary Antoine Russell, who do you think will give you a tougher fight?
Both fighters are tough. Both fighters are different styles. Gary, obviously, me and him have history. He beat me before in the amateurs. Cuello, I never fought him. But at this level, every fight is hard. So I'm not here to say who would be harder, who would not be harder. It don't matter what I say. It's just they're at the top level for a reason.
Richardson, when you had a conversation with your team, I mean, was there a strategic reason as to why you took the fight with Kambosos? Because a lot of people argue, look, it's a low reward, high risk fight. If it doesn't go your way, obviously, it's damaging to your career. But if you don't dominate, people are going to critique you and this and that because of the level of Kambosos, as what you said. Was there a strategic reason as to taking this fight?
I mean, he's a guy. How can they criticize me? My former undisputed champion, a guy that beat Teofimo Lopez. We couldn't get Teofimo Lopez, so I got the guy that beat Teofimo Lopez. So people just don't know about boxing. People just, you know, they try to downplay Kambosos. But I could call him a bum because I can step up there and fight. I can say that because I'm in the gym. I'm doing these sparring. I could call a fighter a bum. But people that don't know about boxing that just coming to watch, he's the guy that beat the guy that they praise, which is Teofimo. So I think that as long as I get it done, it don't matter. Like, this guy, he's at the top level for a reason. He made millions in the sport for a reason.
Richardson, Kayla Rivera. So you've accomplished a lot. You know, you're the champ. Like you mentioned, you beat the guy that beat that guy. Tell me, do you feel that in the boxing world respects your skill level the way it should? And do you think that your fight with Kambosos is going to set you, on top?
Those who know me know what's in front of them. You know, like the beautiful lady right here. She been in the gym in Colorado. She watching me spar. She see me in the ring with Terrence. She see me in the ring with Terrence Crawford and Shakur. So there's certain people that watch and they know, like, you could have seen from years ago he's going places. Like, he has a future. So people that don't know, they don't know what they're watching. And I've been trying to tell. That's why I keep trying to tell the world, like, I'm on that level. Like, I was screaming over and over. I'm on that level. Like, I'm at a high level of the sport. Like, why? My patience in the ring, my decision making, the things I do in the ring. You can tell I've been around and grown up around a lot of fights. And a lot of that stinks to Shakur Stevenson. Being in the ring with that kid since a young kid, having to think, make adjustments every sparring session. It rose my game to a whole different level. You know, so I think a lot of boxing world don't talk about me like they talk about the Keyshawn's and the Boots Ennis and this. They kind of say he's good, but they don't highlight it. But I feel like I beat a lot of top level competition. I think out of the fighters that's not on there yet, like the young fighters like Teofimo and the Devin Haney's, the fighters I think like me, Keyshawn and Boots is kind of right under that. I feel like I have the best resume, and I feel like that's just what it is.
Last question, then.
Interesting. AB Boxing News. I like that you mentioned that you know, you in gyms and you're working. You was working with Bud Crawford. You was in Colorado. You just mentioned. Do you think your reputation in the gym and the good work that you put in the gym carries into the boxing world with you? You know, fighters maybe avoiding you, or you know, maybe not trying to fight, just in general.
And let me clear what I just said. I said I got the best resume. I'm not saying these guys haven't went out there before and put on better performances than me with what they did or what they be. I'm just saying I feel like I fought top competition for as much fights I have right now. But I'm sorry, ask that question again.
You know, that you mentioned that you're in the gym, you're putting in work, you saw guys like Bud Crawford, Keyshawn Davis, different elite fighters of today. Do you feel that your reputation and the good work that you put in the gym, for those who have saw you in the gym, you think that carries into the fight world with fighters that may not want to fight you or maybe avoid you?
No, I don't think fighters avoid me because they don't believe it. They ain't gonna believe it till the fighters still look at me like he's like it's something soft about him. I feel they talk like it's something like I don't know. Like whenever I get in front of these guys, like even when I was hearing Liam Perry at the last fight, he was talking as if like like do we really know what's in front of him or like? But he gave me vibes. He's training, but the way he's talking is like the respect wasn't there. Like, and I was just like, you gotta know what's in front of you. I think George, he knows what's in front of him. After doing that face off and talking to him, like I'm reading him. He know the type of level I am. He know what type of fighter that he's in front of. But I don't think fighters are avoiding me because of that.
One more, before you go, you're a pretty big guy, especially for this weight. Can you just walk the audience, generally how you lose weight, what's your meal plan, how do you get down? Because I've seen you before, you walk around probably about 180. Not 160, maybe like 160, right?
No, I mean,
but you still gotta get down.
Yeah,
just walk through your diet and everything
yeah.
else like that, you know, just to get some inspiration for some fellas. There's a lot of overweight reporters who talk about their sport. So, you know, give them some inputs.
I don't think that you know, it's not really hard for me to lose weight because I stay in the gym.
Okay.
I stay dedicated to my craft. And it's all about hard work, you know, just putting in the work. I train relentlessly in the gym, you know. I'm a guy that I train very, very, very hard. So the weight ain't really hard for me. The rounds of sparring, the miles I'm putting in the road, the rounds I'm hitting the bag for, how long I'm hitting the bag for. So it's not really hard. Only time it's really hard to lose weight is when I'm training somewhere cold. When the gym is like cold, it's hard for me to get weight off. But like if the weather's nice, like it's easy. My weight come off easy. So it ain't nothing like it ain't a science to what I do. I still eat good. I still snack.
What do you eat? What do you eat when you're in camp?
I just have my chef cook. I eat whatever I want: lamb chop, steak, chicken, fish, quinoa, rice, brown rice, white rice, whatever. But he just cook it a certain way with a certain salt that it ain't putting that much weight. But I don't starve myself. Weight ain't hard. I don't feel like I'm in the need to 147. But obviously the time is there. I do want to feel. I want to say comfortable, but I want to feel like, you know, like weight ain't like a goal for me. Weight is still a goal to make for a fight. You know what I'm saying?
Africa, we haven't had nothing dominant out the city in a long time. Number one?
Of course, I'm the one that bring the championship back. I feel like people say, I'm out of one, bring the championship back in boxing. That's something every fighter dream of. You know what I'm saying? Climbing through the ring. So I just feel like I am the one. It's like, damn, you win a championship, you still gotta prove yourself. Like, you win another championship, you still gotta prove yourself. And it's just like, it is what it is. I understand. Like Andre Ward said, do it once, do it again, do it again, do it again. So it is what it is.
Last question right here.
Hey, Richardson, Jay with Sportbox TV. So just wanted to ask you about a statement that Rolly Romero recently said about boxers being overpaid and how he feels that it's messing up the sport because some boxers are just there to survive because they already know that they're going to have another paycheck after because another fight is set up. What's your take on that, and how do you feel about Rolly's statement?
I mean, I get it. I get what he's trying to say, but I can't say that. He's saying like fighters ain't fighting. That's hard, I think that's something that make a motherfucker fight hard if you know that check he win is gonna be life-changing money or hefty money for him and his family. So he's saying fighters ain't fighting hard or they're not giving their all. I feel like I get what he's saying because it can be like, oh, this guy's just going through the motions and getting ready and just trying to, you know, get a victory. I get it, but it's still like I can also see a fighter waking up. But I get what Rolly is saying. I think that fighters nowadays are like looking at they're at a certain level and the hunger is not there. And that's just what it is. It happens in the sport over and over, time after time. You get to a certain level and it's hard to keep up. What comes the temptations, what comes with being a champion, and what comes with the money and the fame. So I think those are the most obstacles that any champion in boxing have to like reach to. So boxing just have to be something you're passionate about and love, and competing has to be something you're passionate about. So that's what it boils down to. It really don't. It's really just the fighters, you know.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.